This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. Issues at hand.
Oh yes, welcome once again. This is Issues at Hand, and thank you for keeping it to Church of Uganda Family TV. And now today, as a Friday, you always know every Friday we have someone from the police forces to discuss a number of issues, and today is quite unique. We are going to be tackling issues right away from your sitting room at home. So it is important that you pay attention, because this one cuts across various issues, because what you do now depicts the future later on. So as you may know, we have had a number of challenges in our families. The child is doing this, the child is doing that, and also systems have changed. I don't think this is a system where we need to have canes behind the door, so that every time a child makes a mistake, you go there and get your good sticks and then batter them up so that they can be disciplined. I don't know if that still exists, but of course we shall get to know during the course of the discussion. Also, times have changed. We have so many phones in our homes. Every child has a home. But how can you regulate all this as a parent? Now, today we are going to be understanding positive parenting. And of course, with me here in studios is Senior Superintendent of Police, Jackson Mucunguzi, our brother. He has been here a number of times, and it is my pleasure to have him here as well to discuss or to take us through this. He is from the Child and Family Protection Unit at the Uganda Police Forces, and of course based at Naguru headquarters. It is a pleasure to have you this morning, Afandi.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I take this opportunity to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to our viewers, wherever they are watching us from. Warm greetings from the Inspector General of Police, and particularly the Director of Community Policing, CPC, Chief Political Commissariat, a unit that deals with that ethical, professional, pro-people, wonderful, and pro-development police force. We are the custodian and the eye of that wonderful police force, and that is CPC. Then particularly we have a department of Child and Family Protection. This one deals with the rights and the stability of the family. It is headed by the Commissioner, Madame Maureen. And ideally for us, we have specific things and cases that we deal with. And these cases are usually cases of feelings, where it cuts across, and particularly we voice against gender-based violence. You know, gender-based violence doesn't know who is who. It can catch up with you. Family as an institution in society is being targeted and fought deeply. So we are there to ensure that family stability is the way to go. Because when the family is stable, then the community and the country must develop.
Okay. Wow, very interesting. And now today we're going to be talking about parenting tips, or positive parenting. What is parenting in its state, first and foremost?
Yes. I normally use any opportunity that I get to explain what we do as a department. Maybe it can even encompass what you are asking me.
Okay.
At Child and Family Protection, we sensitize against gender-based violence. This department of police deals with cases that are related with intimacy. When love goes wrong, people commit crime. They can kill each other, they can hang themselves, they divorce, they do ABCD. So we do basic counseling in marriage to ensure that marriage remains. Because when you are not married and you don't manage family, then I mean there is a problem. You become a bit irresponsible in society unless you are a Catholic father or sister, whom they do legally and religiously. Then at Child and Family Protection, we don't do some jobs that Ugandans want us to do. For example, we don't give custody of children. Most parents come and say, police, you come and help me pick my children. That is a duty of court. We don't divide property. You know, today there is what we call sexually transmitted marriage and wealth, where property has become order of the day. people are in love with property, not individuals, which is very dangerous. And they want to target the property. So we don't divide the property. That is an issue of court. We don't divorce couples. At Child and Family Protection, we don't divorce couples or separate them. Because when you are getting married, you didn't come to police. So why do you want us to come and separate you? You must go back where you started from. Because for us, after all, we are like church. We don't encourage divorce.
Yes.
Unless maybe if you are seeing that your life is threatened and you are at the verge of death, then you should really walk away, because you see, you are a mother or father of those children when you arrive. Finally, what I can take you through is that we don't help co-wives fight. We are overwhelmed by some spouses who come and say, Afande, I want you to help me fight my co-wife. You arrest her on Friday because I've heard that on Saturday is going to introduce another woman. Really, that is not our work. Convince your man that what you have is enough, and you work on your character, you improve the communication at home, you be a good wife, that enchanting, wonderful, unavoidable woman, so that this man does not go and marry another woman. So when we do that, then things can be better. But for them, they are misusing police on ground.
Yes.
They come and frame you. That failure to provide, or suspected to have stolen something, they put you in cells. There is you on Monday, which is very bad. So you asked me, what is parenting? Parenting is a God-given responsibility. Once you sleep with somebody and God blesses you with a child, it is your sole responsibility to look after that child. Parenting, in my perspective, is a two-way. Both the mother and father must contribute towards the raising and upbringing of a child. It is not written anywhere that there is certain and specific duties of a mother and father. Yes, they are there, but it doesn't stop somebody to do so. For example, if a woman is working and has some money, and you help your husband pay school fees, does that one change the legal tender? It cannot change. It remains the same money. Or the same way, a man, if they say, for example, you are supposed to go and look at the homework of children, that is, the society has just apportioned duties. Yes. Of recent, I was telling yesterday, I made an tweeted about a case I was handling. Men don't want to go and attend school activities of children. They think that going for VD is for women. They think that attending sports day is for women. They think that going for classwork is for women. And this is where women also use the chance to be bonding with children, and they sideline you. On graduation, when you will hear them saying, Mommy has been my hero, don't get the heart attack. It's because you have been absent. So, fellow men, wherever you are, get out of sports betting, get out of football, get out of sauna, get out of where you are with so-called boys. You are a man, a father of somebody. Don't say I'm with boys. Go and attend to the lives of your children. A responsible parent must be in the life of a child. The best gift that you can give your children and your family is your presence. Not your money, not your buildings, not your legacy, not even these ranks. Are you present in lives of your children? If, by the way, they don't miss you when you are alive, even when you are dead, they will not miss you. So be intentional. Parenting is about being intentional, providing the basic needs. At Child and Family Protection Department, we advocate, and it is legal that you must provide the 5 basic needs of children. So you must provide food. Children must eat. Whether you have a job, whether you don't have a job, don't explain to them they need food. Children must have accommodation where they stay. When they are threatened outside there, we shall come and charge you of failure to provide. Children, when they are sick, they need to go to hospital. The government of Uganda has helped you to provide some hospitals, free hospitals, community hospitals. You need to do that. Children in life, when they are growing up, they have a right to go to education, to go to school.
Yes.
There is a parent who was telling me in the morning, you mean when we didn't go to school, we are not surviving? Eh? Yes, you are surviving at whom it may concern, but children have a right to go to school. Because one way of transforming society is to enable education.
Yes.
Education is a game changer. Education can change a son of a peasant, sit with the bourgeoisie, sit with the who is who. Education is the one that has enabled me, for example, reach I am, where I am. Education is the one that can bring you to family TV and explain. Therefore, be an important and intentional person and send your children to school. The other day I was watching the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Thomas Tayebwa. Honorable Thomas Tayebwa was talking about the value of education. That if it wasn't education, he wouldn't have left Mitoma to come to Uganda. And he has transformed to become who is who in the world by the value of good parents, good upbringing, and education.
Yes.
So if you want to produce such people like Honorable Tayebwa, like Mucunguzi, yes, even me, like even you, by the way, you must send your children to school so that we impact and impart life.
Okay.
So, parenting is a responsibility. Parenting is you cannot delegate parenting duties. By the way, I know some parents have delegated, especially elites. They are busy with work, with hustle, and they send children to grandparents.
Yes.
Really, you are torturing your grandchildren, your grandparents. Your grandparents had a responsibility to look after you, not to look after your children. Some Ugandans, they go producing anywhere, then they are sending children to the grandchildren, to the grandparents, which is a sign of unseriousness.
But people believe if they provide the money, then everything is done.
No, how much is too much? We are in a third world country, and therefore do not come here and swear and you say you have money. No. You must use that money. When you read Proverbs chapter 16, 17, it talks about money. Money in hands of a fool is a curse. How do we determine a fool? If you have money and you are not using it on your family, you have money, your wife is not looking well, your spouse is not looking well, does not change hair in time, does not dress well, does not smile, your money is irrelevant. If you have money and your children had never seen it, then you are in that category of what Proverbs chapter 16 verse 17 is talking about. So God gives us resources to use them to impact life. Gives us resources to make sure that the family is doing well. To me, I would think if you invest much at family level, you would have done your best. Because you see, even these buildings that we are investing in, the treasury bonds that you are in, the cars that you are investing in, if they are not impacting your immediate family, and the family we mean, first look at your children and your wife or your husband. Don't go and spend all money to the entire clan. You are not a chairman clan, you are not a clan leader. Nobody voted you to do that. And you are not going to solve all problems of your clan. You get me? Those are, every level has its own management. Therefore, parenting is all about being intentional and consistent. Two factors. You must be intentional and consistent. But if you keep absent, then there is a problem. There is a book I read, The Impact of Absent Fathers on Their Daughters. Very challenging. And we encourage that let's be relevant, be practical, and we can do much better.
All right. And now can we look at the challenges that are faced in parenting?
Yes. There are very many challenges. First of all, the generation has changed. We have raised soft children. Me and you, I don't know, maybe for you may be better off, but where you grew up, children were hard. But today we have children who are very weak. Is it because of the chips and chicken they eat? Is it because of the chicken of 2 weeks they eat and they become also weak?
They no longer fetch water.
They no longer fetch water. You talk to them, they threaten to kill themselves. Unfortunately, after releasing senior 4 and senior 6 results, we have received as police very many cases of committing suicide. From children that they performed badly and they killed themselves. Now, life has no spare parts. Children who are seeing me, who told you that you were supposed to get 20 marks, by the way? But we have realized now that it is parents who are causing that. They want
good grades.
Wherever they know. Parents want children to revenge for them by doing what failed them. You were supposed to be a doctor and you didn't become so you want your son to be so. That is so dangerous. We must allow children to experience and exercise what they can manage in terms of academics. There is what we call negative competition amongst couples. And this one is affecting families so deeply. What do I mean here? You find that a couple is competing with siblings, is competing with workmates, is competing with neighbors. Hey, can't you be like children of so and so? Everybody has his own DNA. You cannot be somebody. You should trust that God created you to have a destiny, and therefore you work on your own so that you can do much better. This negative couple competition that I'm talking about, you find that people are now living outside their means. What do I mean living outside their means? You want your children to go to the school where you go, simply because we are colleagues. We have different sources of income. We have different capacities. Therefore, I encourage parents to live within their means. So one of the challenges of parenting is living outside their means. Then children, they think that they should do what? Children are overindulged, often in struggles of self-regulation, self-motivation. Children, they no longer want to talk about them. This issue of human rights has also caused problems.
Big ones.
Yes. We must empower and use the other moment of stick and carrot. Beating a child doesn't mean that you hate that child. Hey, on the buttocks, don't again punch and kill. Like the other parent we saw who was putting a kid in a sack and pulling, that is torture. Hey, call a child, you say you have committed a crime and it is against the ethics of the family, lie down. On the buttocks, 5 chuboko. 1, will you repeat it? 2, have you seen it is wrong? 3, you are, I see hope in you. You must put customer care when you are beating these children. You don't beat a child as if you are killing Joseph Kone. He's not a rebel. So those are the things that then absolutely economy is biting. People have no money. People have, you see basic needs, but you are unable. But to me, I would think, and I will recommend, parents learn how to speak to children. Your economic status. Hey, today I don't have, but you pray for me. Yesterday I was in Karangara comforting police officers who were affected by the hailstorm. And one police officer, by the way, said, I'm your fan, I follow you, how you talk about the issues of family and walk a talk. There is talking, but you must walk a talk.
Yes.
If you don't want to implement what you are saying, then don't come on TV and speak.
Sure.
So he was telling me that, Afande, whenever my children come to me and they say they want chocolate, they want ABCD, I say I have no money, but I also task them that hold my head and pray for me. We are praying for daddy to get money today so that tomorrow we get chips.
Wow.
In Jesus' name, amen. Then tomorrow, I told him, you ensure. Don't be shame God. And make sure you get money because children will come and ask you that you mean God hasn't answered. So you are a representative of God. Ensure that you get money and do that. But at least they participate in. So today's parenting is also getting a challenge of the roles that we have. We have of empowerment, empowerment laws and culture, where people think that a girl child must be empowered against a boy child. By the way, you are empowering this girl child in the near future to get married to this boy child. So what are you doing? You must empower both of them. The concept of Bonabana is real. Whoever brought it, all our children, is very serious. Treat all children equally. Tell them the future. Share with them your vision. Share with them with your mission. Tell them how you love them. One of the rights that I advocate for, unwritten human right for children, is to tell them that I love you. There are parents who had never told their children that I love you, but they are there yapping it to everybody, to whoever wants to listen. You need to show these children that you are, because you see, in life, parents are the first inspiration to the children. When you ask children that, what do you want to be? I want to be like my dad. They normally prefer the mother, because you see, a child growth and the development begins from conceiving. So the mother who conceived, who breastfeeds, and this is where I normally tell fathers, when somebody tells you, I've got your baby, for example, your wife, for you cannot carry in the stomach, but at least be available to touch on that stomach, and confess good words to that child, because that child listens. When a child is going to be born, endeavor to go to the maternity, endeavor to escort your wife to go, and like during giving birth, also enter there and see how they push. You say, hey, kumbe they pass through this hassle. Actually, when you see, you don't fight those women. They are heroes. One day I went there to check my wife giving birth. What I saw there, I said, to hell with fighting with women. They suffer a lot in labor. Have you ever gone there? Do you have a wife? You need to go there and see. So it is very, very, very serious. Then when children are born, be present. Marriage and parenting is politics. You don't leave it one way. When you leave it one way, you will pay in the near future. And there are some successful fathers who have been in lives of their children, and life has worked out. So the little time that we are in on earth, or that we have on earth, we should use it to be productive. Yes.
Well, now we are in the current digital era. With the rise of technology and all those things, you find a family, almost everyone has a phone. If not, they have tablets or whatsoever they have. How can parents be intentional in raising their children, minus them getting spoiled with these platforms?
Yes, the world has become a global village. Society is changing every day. Technology is swallowing our children. They know internet more than we know. And therefore, if you are not present to watch what they do, then you are finished. Personally, I ensure that I know who are the friends of my children. We should start from there. Don't be there when somebody tells, yeah, so and so is my friend. Go further to know what type of friend. If it is a girl on a girl, and it is becoming so deep, don't forget that we are in the days of moral decadence, where homosexuality, lesbian is the order of the day. You need to know and quickly tell them that, hey, you are friends, but are you aware that is this, so that a child is not manipulated. Secondly, if children have phones, please don't hesitate to go further and see the websites that they are watching. What are they watching? But you cannot control these websites, but talking. Everybody can talk, but not everybody can effectively communicate. You get me right? Yes. So every good parent must be an effective communicator, not a talker. You go and tell these children, you see, I know you need these phones, if at all necessary. You tell them you need these phones, but they have advantages and disadvantages. Discuss with them. Like with my children, there is what we have a session in my home with my beloved dear wife, Nagasha Wikirin Maharawaba Zigaba. We discuss, there is what we call one-on-one moments with children. And we call them, and those we stay with, starting with my askari. starting with my home manager, whom majority call maids or what. I call them, I say, what is your vision? In the next 10 years, if you are with me, what do you want to be? And you guide somebody, you inspire somebody. So it goes even with children. And it is at this moment, that moment of one-on-one with them, hard talk show, that I normally get feedback. Hey, I say, what don't you like about me? What do you think we can change in home? What do you think about so and so? You must create intelligence gathering within them, because you are raising Ugandans and responsible people. So if the moment you are offside, they will also go offside. So I would encourage that this issue of technology, we need to watch it so seriously, and it is an evil that has come. Okay. Evil or angel that has come, and therefore you cannot dodge it. By the even also failure to allow them use these phones, use this also affects them. Because how does it affect them? When they will go with peers who know, your children will look at her. How do you call that one? They look, they don't know. They will be out of space, and they will look at, they will laugh at them also. So, but one who has spoken the advantages and disadvantages is far much better. So we need to see that you see the most powerful way to shape a child's value is to model the behavior you want them to adopt. Children learn what they see and not what they are told. The monkey see, the monkey do. You who has the phone, what are you watching? Parents, what are they watching? Their parents, especially, who can go on TikTok up to 3 a.m. You hear somebody is laughing around, hey, on TikTok. Really? What do you think your children will be? Eh?
The same.
The same. Monkey see, monkey do. Copy and what? Copy and paste. So parents, we need to be so serious, because if they can go and check the website you watch, men, if dear fellow men there, sons of Pharaoh, if we can check in your gallery, what videos do you have there? If, for example, your phone can be hacked into, will you remain Mr. So and so? So you need to have integrity in what you watch and what you do, what you see, what you read, determine what you do.
Okay. Now let's talk about abuse of children. If a parent found out that maybe their child is being abused in any way, what approach are they supposed to use? There is a time we saw a house manager. I also want to desist from calling them names, doing whatsoever they were doing harsh to the child.
Yes.
So if a parent found out in that way, what should they do?
Yes, child abuse is criminal in nature. Even us as police, when we find that you are abusing your own children, we arrest you. And we agree and recognize that these child abuse crimes are very common, especially sexual related is the order of the day. Yesterday, even this morning, I was very happy. There is a man, who fired his own child, 13 years, started to use her, subjected her to contraceptives, and the man thought he has money, he can do everything. So a whistleblower saw me actually from here, Family TV, said, I saw you, I followed you on your YouTube channel, I followed you on your X and picked your number. My dad is sleeping with me and he's using a lot of force. I said, what? So we arrested the man, and today has been remanded. I said, oh my God, you have used me to do better. The man thought he would bribe everybody around. So crimes that affect children are common. Beating children abnormally, like the way I was telling you, is child abuse. Failure to provide the other 5 basic needs I told you is abuse of children's right. Being absent, by the way, is also an abuse. Because you see, the Bible tells us that when you produce a child and neglect, that is a direct automatic curse. Some of us are serving curses because of the children that we neglected. You impregnated and left. These curses will follow you up At work, you are not being promoted because a child is crying where you neglected. You get a deal. You, for example, you are given money goes away because of the curse of neglecting a child that you gave birth to somewhere. So issues of children, child-related crimes, first of all, report to police or to authorities. Each police in Uganda at the district or division level, they have a department called Child and Family Protection. We have rescued these children on many occasions. One of the advantages or the things we do, we deal and liaise with NGOs and government MDAs that deal with children's rights. We have we can find that both of you are negligent. We pick that child and take to Sanyu Babies. We take to different shelters of the government, the Ministry of Child and Labor, this one of Honorable Baram of Children Affairs, Youth and Children, has what we call shelters, about 14 of them.
Wow.
Good homes, so government can use the legal framework and system, justice, to take these children there and they grow from there. But remember what I'm telling you, there is no one who can raise for you your children like you, mother and father.
That's right.
You are the best first person who inspires these people. So if we want disciplined generation and children, kindly wake up and do your duty.
Okay.
So you report to police, you can report to LOC, you can even report any responsible person. Over time we have got many whistleblowers. They say, hey, I have seen a child is being tied here like a goat. So we connect mangu. Then we go and pick those children. So the whole game is about responsibility.
Okay.
Are you responsible? Are you there for these children? Do you see that there is something that you can do? Can you help your children to navigate uncertainty and ambiguity? Don't raise weak children. Not whatever they would ask you should give. No, at times you need to tell them things are not like that. Parenting is not about making your children happy all the time.
Okay.
Not even, there are some people who have got too much money. The other day I was at Interpol. I found a 16-year-old kid has stolen 10 million Ugandan shilling from a parent. I said, what? That one you don't bring to police. And he was bringing at police. You arrest my 16-year son. He has stolen 10 million. Said Muzei, you should be charged of neglect. Why do you allow your child to go and withdraw money when you are there? So.
Wow. Very important. Unfortunately, our time is hitting us very, very fast. But as you give us your last remarks, also help me give us at least 3 topmost parenting tips to the parents of Uganda here today.
Dear fellow parents who are watching us, active listening to the issues of children is a good parenting tip. You need to actively pay attention to the children and see what they are saying. These are blessings that we get from God. Have a lot that they know at their age. So you need to pay attention to them. Listen. See into their eyes and say, what are you saying? And allow them to express themselves. Don't say that children have no way, they have what to say. So when you can give them that thing, it can be very great. We hope that the praise efforts and not just you need to praise these children whenever they do well. Inspire them, telling them you have done well, you can improve here and there. Because you are a coach, you are coaching these children, and therefore they need to hear from you. A coach who is not talking to his team, they normally lose. So if we want to get discipline, you must set clear boundaries and consequences, so where you can establish means that you are working towards too. So parents, you must set the assignments very clear to the children, so that they can always perform them in the right way. You need to be patient with children, so that you can discover their capacity, their emotional intelligence, needs us to, children's mind is like a plain paper. So it's up to you, a parent,
What
to
you
ensure
write, okay.
that you write there. Are you writing there wrong things, or you are doing something wrong? Finally, quality time is very paramount. Spend most of your time, as much as you can, to be in lives of these children. So those who are busy parents, please use technology to do parenting. You need to use video call. You video call these children and tell them, I'm in Moroto, but I love you. I have sent some money to buy for you ABCD to your mother. You cannot manage to be absent. Don't be too busy with these offices that we are in. You are not the first person there, and nor you are the last person there. When they chase you, or when you retire, or when something happens, or when a country goes on war, we all retire back home. But the question is, what are you doing in this home? Are you a stranger, or you are an active parent? Are you a dad at home, or you are a dude? Are you a wife, or you are a knife? We need to be intentional and serious so that we can work on these matters. The best present, once again, that you can give your children is not the presents we give them, but your presence. Kindly be present in lives of your children. You will not forget in the next decade from today.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Senior Superintendent of Police Jackson Mucunguzi.
Yes.
He has taken us through a number of aspects. Tips were the most important. I hope you have written them down, and you'll be able to practice them so that you can be a very good parent out there. A parent who society will not be pointing hands at, like children of so-and-so, a disgrace to our society. So I hope you have really taken up this. We appreciate you, Afande, so much for giving us all this. And also, I understand the aspiring parents or the upcoming parents have also taken up such initiatives, the likes of Brinko. So I really appreciate it.
Council.
The council, Brinko, has taken in the tips as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot go past this. I want to appreciate you for keeping it to Church of Uganda Family TV. My name is Luke Majumba Lenaito. Please have a lovely day and a lovely weekend.
Issues at hand. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives.